Or did it remember where it needed to be? And happy Wednesday, everybody. We are halfway through the day and we're halfway through the week. And we're getting her done. I want to say all my hellos, but I want to know that my sound is okay before I do that. I can go adjust that if it isn't. Hello, everybody. There might be, sound is good. Okay, good. There, however, there may be just a little bit of flat lap spray on the camera lens. Not just the lens, the entire screen. Oh, that helped a little, maybe. It's all right. We won't look this direction as much as we'll look the other way. So let me say some greetings to everyone this morning or afternoon or whatever it is, wherever you are. Chubby Hubby, who's, by the way, been a member for 24 months. I gotta ring the bell for that, Chubs, for sure. So he says, wow, holy cow, 24 months. Time, much like the winds of Montana, really does fly. Oh my. And then he says he's doing well, although he's gone from flooding to fires. And there's a lot of heat, and that's not neat. Good luck with the wee tiny lathe, Mr. Chubby Hubby. And then pops in Candy. Candy, how are you doing today? Hopefully we can put a smile on your face, entertain you a little bit. And then Brenda popped in. Hi, Brenda. How's things with you and Jerry? The Opal guy is here, there, and everywhere. Good to see you, Opal guy. And I love my bison, and he stopped in. Hopefully he's having a good day. Oh, Celestial Reach is in the house. How did everything go with the concert and the parking and the street sale and everything? Did you guys get out there and hustle it up? I actually read that on Facebook this morning that somebody in Missoula sideswiped somebody or got into a little fender bender and they couldn't get turned around. And so they reported it on Facebook. They're like, if you think that you're probably the person that I hit on the way to the Post Malone concert last night, please reach out to me. That's insane. Let's see. I'm still catching up here. There's Jerry. Hey, Jerry. Oh, and Lava did the thing. Let's see, who did he get? Oh, he got Treasure and Celestial there. He got Candy. Oh my goodness. Really good ones there. I gotta ring the bell for that too. You guys got me ringing my bells. Oh, I love it. Nothing like a cheers in the morning and a good bell ring to get your day going. Oh, did I show you the newest Prairie Kid mug, by the way? You guys have probably seen remember the kind of like stouter one that Trevin made it when he did his senior trip. And when I drink out of it, I go down a road and there's a sunset at the end of the road. So at the bottom of the cup, there's like a sunset and there's mountains on both sides. And as you drink out of it, you just get like, it's so cool. This one does a lot the same thing. And this one Caden made. And it's got a little bit more rounded shape to it, but inside you can see the clouds in the sky and the things happening. So I get to take an adventure as I drink my coffee. And we got to talk about that thing that the neighbor kid made real quick too. Yes, agree, Tyler or Celestial. YouTube really pushes vertical and shorts. And I feel like you get kind of a different audience out of each. Like a lot of I know a lot of folks who watch um the vertical format don't really care for the watch the horizontal format, don't care for the vertical, and they don't really watch shorts. So they're more like um long content consumers versus that swipe through short content consumer. So I prefer to go this way. I've dabbled recently in some shorts, but I kind of refused to do that before I got monetized. I was like, I want to get there with the people who like know me and watch me and didn't just swipe by and hit the sub button. So I think there's a little to this and a little to that. We should do a little of each if we can. And let's see. Oh no! They had a wreck in. Was it the wreck that I saw on Facebook? No, because they had to take their happy little butts down to the police station to report it. Oh, let's see. What else do we see here? Oh, I'm almost caught up here. Lava's making me laugh. Oh my goodness, there's all kinds of goofy stuff happening in the chat. I love it. Okay, so we should really quick before I forget again talk about the thing that my neighbor kid made. It's not, oh my God, I love it. I freaking love it. So I put it like right by the front door. It's my little greeter. Look at his little toes and everything. He's got little toes and everything. Doot, 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 doot. And his little tail swings around. I love this little piece. Oh, how cool is that, you guys? He had some kind of, I don't know, some, so you can see some of the brush strokes in whatever it is that he had to put on it to like glue down the little toes and the little eyeballs and the oh, but he doesn't know what it was. If I knew what it was, I'd give him a can and I'd give him access to like all of my older rock collection and be like, dude, build them. If that little thing doesn't just put a smile on your face, oh my goodness. Cheers to that, you guys. Mm-hmm. So igneous. Ba-dum-bump. Good job, Opal guy. Good job. Good, Candy. Yeah. Heck yeah, take that idea and run with it. So let's see. I had a whole list of things. I usually write it down before I get going because I know as soon as I turn the camera on, I'm gonna forget. We did a gig at the fair this last weekend and it poured rain on us, and then we played and it was beautiful. And man, they had one of the biggest firework displays I've ever seen. I was like, okay, so whatever they didn't have any rides, no rides at the fair, but whatever they saved in not having rides, they definitely sunk into that fireworks show. It was pretty awe-inspiring. We have 2 gigs this weekend, one in Great Falls on Friday night, and then the private party on the Madison on Saturday. So like I say, I'm readying the camper for the maiden voyage. We haven't taken it out yet. We really wanted to get out and get going in it at kind of the start of the summer. But it rained and 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 rained. And now it finally turned to summer and we've had gig after gig after gig after gig. So, hey there, Betty. Good to see you. How are you doing today? So now that we have this is one that we usually stay the night at anyway. We usually camp at. That's kind of the whole thing, is it's a private party on the river. They own the property there. They've got a little gazebo that's got some power, and so they get some lights and stuff going on in there. And then like one little building that's got a refrigerator and a coffee pot and some stuff in it. Pardon me. And a little, hey there, Kevin. A little spot to launch our inner tubes and stuff into the water, or to get out because we can drive down the road, launch down the road, and then get out at our camp, right? So, and then the stretch of property, when you come down off the road, like I say, it runs along the river. And so we all just pull our campers in a big row, and then they set up all kinds of things for, the kids to do, whether that's a little dirt bike track out there, or horseshoes, or squirt guns, or I mean all kinds of stuff for the kids to do kind of in this back area. And then they stay there for all weekend, and they have a hors d'oeuvre competition, a snack competition that they encourage us all to partake in, and then vote for who's got the best snack. And then we all float the river together, and they encourage the band to do that with them as well. In fact, they insist that we enjoy ourselves until it's time for us to play. And then at the end of the night, as it's getting cooler, they all bring all their lawn chairs and their blankets, and their friends and their family. They all cuddle up, and they kind of make this little arch in front of that little gazebo. And people are floating by, and they'll, get a little chunk of our show as they float by. It's fun. It's super nice. So, but I bought a brand new gazebo last year to take, to sales and things, and for shows and stuff. And I set it up, and we sat under it for like 2 hours. And, then we went to go float the river, and we got about halfway down our river float, and all of a sudden this nasty storm kind of blew in, and we got back to camp, and our tent was on the ground, and our gazebo was on the ground, and there was a guy there who was like, I did you a favor and smashed your stuff. The wind was going to take away. I was like, oh my God. And our tent really never stood up straight after that, and neither did the gazebo really awesomely. So, I'm kind of excited to just go in a camper and have some of my own little, yeah. It's a really good time. Really great people. So, hello, Jethro. Listening, can't chat. He's driving while he's listening, so that's all right. I'll show some cool stuff. You can watch later. Or I'll hold the cooler stuff, and maybe you'll be to where you can take a break. Soul is in the house. Hello, Soul. How are you today? I have finished some more Dino bone. Ooh. And I polished up some of it. Okay, yes. I gave Lava the wrong bag the other night. He's like, let me see what you did. And I was like, it's on the table. It's right there. He looked through it. It wasn't even the right bag. It's not the stuff I just did. It was an older bag. That's okay, though. We'll look at this stuff I actually did just do. And the Chub hubby's gonna go take a quick walkabout, make sure that the birds and the bees and the bears and the smoke and the floods are all behaving. Kid, it's good to see you. Okay. So not only has, things been just busy over here, but I've been doing a lot of like listing stuff on the shop and doing some sales and stuff too. So I have some new stuff listed on the store that we will talk about in a minute. And I have some stuff that I don't have priced yet. So it'll either be up on the store soon or available in a live sale very soon. Where in the heck is my background piece? My, excuse me. Where? Here's one. Right? I don't care which one, just let me have one. Okay, doke. Thank you guys all for coming to hang out today. Makes my day when we're all here. We can lovingly give each other a little bit of crap and pick on each other. It was so funny the other night in Kyle's, and he was doing those obsidians that have that triangle thing going on. And everyone was like, "Where's Ma?" She'd get such a kick out of this. And then there she was. Okay, so we'll start off just looking at these bigger bones. I don't know that these ones actually will be listed in the store or on for sale later, unless you're like, "Hey, I love that. Please don't, sell that to me." Then we can work a deal. So, but I knew that I couldn't cut them unless I stabilized them first. So we did indeed do just that. Trying to figure out where my focus is going to behave. Kind of looks like right about there. It's not too bad. Ooh, nice cool temperature for you, huh, Soul? That's sure nice. It did kind of chill out here too. My computer says it's 79, but it's been a little bit scorchy out there lately. Yeah, it kind of took out my strawberries and I call them yard berries. What are they, currants? And my grass a little bit. Anyway, so there's that piece. Like I say, I knew I couldn't do much with that unless I stabilized it. And then this piece we did try to cut and it was pretty crumbly. So eggs on the sidewalk kind of day. So this one got a little shot of the cactus juice as well. 98, huh? Ick. No, it's been a little bit like that lately, though, for real. I love this piece. OMG. G, 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 G. This thing is oh so sassy. Look at all the gemmy cells in that thing. Oh my goodness. There's a pink one and a blue one and a blurple one and a red one. Anyway, we gave her a shot of juice before we do anything with her. I don't know exactly what to do with it, cut it, but there's that. Ooh, Brenda, that's gonna feel good, huh? This one was kind of odd. It actually is quite pretty. I think I might have polished a piece of this on Karen's Maker's Live. Kind of a funky little thing, huh? Okay, that's the end of the bigger chunks there. And then I did have some smaller pieces that I was able to stabilize as well. See, maybe I did not. Maybe we literally just nipped it. No, there's got to be a piece out of the middle that I did something with. So, I don't know if you guys heard that or not, but I just heard my neighbor hollering at his dog. Well, he wasn't really hollering, but just, you know, bossing him around a little loudly. Anyway, so I hear this, once in a while. It's a pretty quiet town. I can hear my neighbors quite frequently. Something just, is it my lens here too? Or there we go. That's a little better. Anyway, they've got 3 dogs, Aya, Grim, and I thought it was Ben, Ben. They've lived next door for years. And all this time I thought they were saying Ben, Ben. No, that other, the last one's name is Fen, Fen. I was like, you're kidding me. There. I thought his name was Ben all this time. There was a stray cat in my house the other day. That was exciting. So I thought I heard something like a rock fall off a shelf or roll across the floor or something. And I kind of thought, that was interesting. That was odd. Couldn't tell exactly where in the heck it, out of was it in my display case? Was it where? Weird. Okay, kind of ignore it as hard as I can. And then I swear I hear it again. And then I swear, like, I hear a rustling at the front door. And I wondered if it was my neighbor kid. I'm like, what's he doing out there? Is he out there? What is that noise? Yes, I hope as well, Brenda, that the smoke stays gone for you. Anyway, I get up and I come into the living room and I don't see anything, but I've got my side eye. Hey there, Lee. I got my side eye on the front door where I can hear this commotion. And I'm like ready to go open the front door and see who's at my front door and what in the heck they're doing out there. And as I go, as I come to the front door, I'm getting ready to come here. All of a sudden, I'm like, oh my God. The curtain was a little screwed up. And so I could see this cat's face right there. And every time I get close to this entry to reach over here and let him out, he would climb. He was in a panic, and he was trying to climb up here, and he was like scratching and screeching and knocking all my rocks on the floor and digging little holes in my screen. And I was like, well, you're the ding dong that got yourself in here. Now just settle down for 2 seconds so I can open the door and get you out. Jeez. I'm going to try wiping my back camera off real quick while I have you guys turned around. Oh, I was so not happy about that. Thankfully, he didn't, do naughty things while he was in here. He didn't, spread my garbage all over my house or number 1 or number 2 anywhere for me to find later. But, yeah, a stray cat. And so I was fairly certain I was hanging out here. I stay up kind of late and get some of my work done sometimes. I was fairly certain that I thought I heard one trying to come through the back screen door a few nights prior in this little tiny hole. So I tightened that little hole up. This is because of big dogs who just paw through the screen door. But see, it's still locked from last night. I lock it usually to keep stray cats out. But I'd fixed the hole in the screen but forgot to latch it. So he had to come up on my deck, in through my screen door, and into my house to get stuck all the way on the other side of the house in the window. So, yeah. I try to remember to latch that at night so that I don't get visitors in here. I was like, I fixed the dang hole, but that didn't fix if I don't latch it. But my goodness, like, get out of here, you vermin. Get out of here. You don't live here. Okay, I did wipe that back screen, so hopefully I can find a better focus. Yeah, nah. Sorry, I don't mean to make you guys ill. I'm just trying to find a nice spot. There, that's not bad. That's actually really quite good. Oh, goodness. I love kitties in the same way that I love babies. I love to, like, laugh when they're being cute and hold them and cuddle them and adore them and then give them back to their parents when I'm done loving and enjoying them. I love when people have cats. I love cats. They're great. They're sassy. They're freaking hilarious. I just don't necessarily love cleaning a cat box. It's not my favorite thing to do. I'd rather have a dog. So, like I say, this is all just come out of the cactus juice, out of the stabilization. And these polished up quite nice, if I do say so myself. Yeah, I've had cats catch them on my roof, on my camera, because I leave that Wise camera pointed at the sky, trying to catch fireballs on it. You know, if something big falls in my neck of the woods, I want to have kind of a clue where to maybe start to look for it. And if I actually do go look for it and find on it, I want to have the footage of where it fell, like, if at all possible. I know that's asking a lot, but I do have my camera pointed up at the sky, and so I've seen the cats walking on my roof and stuff, and I'm like, what the shoot, like, what are you doing up there? Oh, let's show the other side too. So this is a polished butt cut, polished end. Cut 3 pieces off of that stone. Oh, I was gonna say, what? That just happened to lava. So, like Lava says, the neighbor's dog came through his screen door the other night, back door, past the running fan. So he thought, putting the fan in the door would deter the live animals from entering, right? But the neighbor's dog came into Lava's house, strewn his garbage all over the house, lifted his leg to his armchair, to his lazy boy, and took off with one of 2 different pairs of sandals. So Lava showed up here the other night with 2 different sandals on. And Prairie Kid got such a kick out of that when he noticed that Lava was wearing one of each different sandal. And he was like, well, at least he didn't take 2 left sandals or 2 right sandals. At least he took 1 right one and 1 left one. It's funny because he owned it and just went for it. It's not funny when you stop and think about, like, it took time out of his day that he shouldn't have had to take to go clean up the garbage and shampoo his chair. I'm sorry. I love you, Lava. Lava, my bison. Oh, my sense of humor is so inappropriate. I'm so sorry. I shouldn't laugh so hard at that. Cheers. I should probably take a coffee break before I lose it again. Oh, but yeah, I thought Kevin was saying that, and I was like, "What? That just happened?" But it was Lava telling Kevin. Mm. So you're left with a bunch of right shoes? Is that I know, right, chubby hubby? Oh, look how beautiful this piece is. Oh, goodness. But don't put butter wrappers in the trash. Oh, see, and the cat people have other issues, you know? Yes, this is a piece of gem bone that I purchased from the Utah Dump Diggers and cut here in-house and then polished in-house on my I'd say this one was probably cut and polished both on the 6-inch high-tech lapidary saw and flat lap. The cat people, you know, though, that are even both sometimes, you know, like I've got meteorite friends and rock friends who cannot leave a rock on the counter or the office desk or the coffee table or wherever, because as soon as you're not looking, the cat's gonna go over there and knock it on the floor. And I have to think about now for a second how to pronounce this. Adelis? 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 I'm probably butchering that. Hey there, Kelly. Yeah, so like I say, I just haven't priced these yet, but as soon as I do, they're going to be available for you guys. I'm tempted to keep this one because I really like the raw back. It's super gorgeous to me. I don't know, there's something tactilely about it that I love. Laughs at sandals. Well, and some of the thing about that I find especially hilarious about cats knocking meteorites off of the desk and stuff is that like, let's say that you have your meteorites in little gem cases or sorted and weighed and in little things and like this. And then cat comes and knocks all your meteorites or your sapphires or your whatever on the floor. Sure, they're all still there and you can go pick them up. But you know what? You kind of might need to like re-freaking weigh them. You know, make sure you found them all. Like cats can be especially rascally. You little rascals. But our pets, don't they just spice our life up with excitement? Even our neighbors' pets and my birds crack me up. The way that they throw a fit anytime a cat comes in the yard, and though they're throwing a fit that night the owl is in the yard. The town deer. Oh my God, you guys, I have a bunny. I have a bunny in my yard. He is my pal. I should like name him Playboy or something just because like he's always just like sprawled out and kicked back. Hey Harold, how are you today? Right on. Well, welcome. Adelis. Yeah, we're all rock nerds here. Just okay, Harold. Well, hopefully hanging with us and you know, will be a good distraction from whatever it is that's not very just okay, you know. Anyway, this is a freeform piece that I did. You can kind of see or imagine how that piece right next to this in the slice, how it kind of just wanted to be this shape, right? Shoulder issues. Yeah, hopefully we can take your mind off of it a little bit. Yeah, so I have this little cottontail bunny in my yard, and he's just like, he lays under the trees and under the trampoline, and like, but he's so funny how just like kicked back he gets. Like, he just like, I don't want to move the camera because I just got it really centered here, but I kind of gotta. He's always laying around the yard, like with his front feet up and his head up and his feet just like totally kicked back. He's always laying in my yard like this. His hind feet are just like, he's just like so chill. He sprawls like he's hot stuff, man. Like, this is my yard, man. She's cool with me here. She thinks I'm funny. Oh my God, he cracks me up. And I've had to tell him that we can be friends as long as he stays out of my garden. And I caught him in there once or twice. And he decided that I was pretty serious about it. In fact, Lava chased him off and said, "You're lucky she likes you. Stay out of the garden." But I seen him munching on my weeds in the middle of the yard the other day, and I was like, "Sweet, is that what he eats? Well, then I like him even more now." Yeah, thanks. Like I say, it was a freeform piece, and it really just wanted to be that shape. Um, that was an easy cab job. This is that piece with all of the beautiful like rainbow calcite inclusions in it. I tried and tried and tried. I kept thinking I was getting scratches in this piece and then realized finally that it was literally just the bone, like, and that I swear I polished like millimeters off that thing. I kept hitting it so hard. Okay, focus, please. So yeah, this bone, I actually made myself a piece out of this, a necklace out of this, because it's just wild. Like, it does so many light tricks to your eyeball. Like, it'll flash like a kind of like silvery color, and then the more you look at it, like the more of those like little rainbows and things are in there. Yeah, I like the blue too, except this next piece that I'm going to show you, the one that was in the thumbnail, has got some of that canary yellow and that vibrant red, and it's got some like hematite in it, and it's couldn't be for sure why that's not working for you, Lava. I'm sorry. So yeah, I mean, it really just depends. I'm quite fond of that, like, periwinkle blue piece that I got my hands on as well. But, hey, Betty, hello. But I would have, and I wouldn't have necessarily, if you would have, like, just described this to me, I have kind of like this, muddled gray bodied piece. It's got a little bit of like some like mossy sort of, stuff happening. And then like these flashy little calcite like inclusions. I haven't checked this one yet, but I've had a couple pieces. Shoot. There was several commotions in the yard last night, and I was using my flashlight. I wonder if it's even alive enough to do this. What about... I just want to check and see if the light comes through. Where to leave my light? Where is my flashlight? Like I say, I had to use it several times last night. I bet it's about dead, too. Hello, flashlight. Come on now, that ain't very nice. Psh, psh, psh. Dang it. Let me see. It does too. It'd be really cool to find one. Wow. Hey there, Wild. I got a package from you, and I gotta get you some. I've had a hell of a time getting you pulled up on PayPal. I've spelled it wrong in every way that you can, I think, and where's the focus? And I have your address. I'll just take care of that. There we go. So some of the cells, that is so out of focus. I'm so sorry. But I can't find my flashlight, so we're using a light bulb. Some of the cells are pretty see-through. Especially on that one side. Not so much on the other side. Okay. Back in the clamp we go. There, sorry. Well, I know, but you know how I am. I might take me a while, but I do what I say I'm going to do, and I do it. Even if it takes me a hot minute to get there. Kyle's here too? Or the Candy Kyle? Oh, sorry. I was reading the chat and started doing the hand drift. Look at all the pop in that thing, you guys. That thing just... sparkles in like 99 different freaking ways. Like I say, I wouldn't have said that would have been one of my more favorite bones. I wouldn't have thought it. But I polished it up and I'm absolutely in love with it. In freaking love with it. Oh, side view. Oh, we did that. Yeah, I flipped it around and let you look. All right, the next one. Big old double-sided cushion, pillow cushion looking cab here. Thank you, Wild. This thing, you could just look forever, and there's just more to see, more to see, more to see, more to see. And we haven't even, and we ain't seen nothing yet. No, baby, we just ain't seen nothing yet. I should be careful. I'm going to get a strike ski. Look at that side. That's that, now that I look at it, is it a hematite banding or is it a, like, calcite ring? I'm really not sure. Either way, it's throwing, all this is doing the sparkly stuff in here, and then through here we get, focus. Through here we get like little teeny tiny splashes of that canary yellow mixed into that red. Kyle finished my song in the chat there. Way to rock it, Kyle. Oh my goodness. This piece. Look, there's a couple more little splotches of yellow. And then, like I say, this up here is all doing the... I haven't priced these yet, but they will be available very soon. Like I say, I've got some rough too that is just stabilized but not polished, and I'll get that priced, and we'll either do a live sale or I'll list them up in the store. But yeah, figured I'd let you guys get a good look at them so you knew what you were, what's here, what's available. What did I do this week? What's going to be new on the... What's new, might ask you, at the Prairie Girl Rock Shop? Why, Dino Bones coming out of the cactus juice. Some of them are hitting the flat lap and getting all pretty for you, and some of them are waiting to see what you'll do with them. And then, also out of the cactus juice, was this little weirdo that I got in Tucson. It's got some 3D. I know, isn't Dino Bone just nuts the way it does that? A lot of pieces do that, like different. Even this kind of not so very pretty one. Gets some depth. Was it that one? One of these I thought kind of got depthy into the browns, and even that one. Come on, focus. Where the webbing takes a little bit of a different color. And then I had one the other day that I did, and you could like look down into the cells. Some of them were just gemmy enough that you could look down into them. Yes. Yeah, I mean, it's so nice to have, especially on something like this. Like, sure, this held together through the cutting, but would it have held together through like a 180 grit? I'm not entirely sure that it would have. So, or this guy getting ready to crack all the stinking way through, I was able to pull really nice pieces out of him, even though there's still a big chunk, big crack in it. So even a big wicked crack like that can be resolved a little bit, or like this one was quite kind of crumbly, Holy cow, now look at it. That thing is, well, you can hear it. Certainly helps. So, and there's some stuff that I have, like the peanut obsidian. You really can't do anything with that unless you stabilize it. You just can't. I mean, it barely made it through the saw, but was really kind of too big for me to stabilize as a whole chunk. Like we would have never got full saturation as a full chunk. So, as soon as it came off the saw though, into the cactus juice, it goes like, it's an expensive stone. Like, excuse me, super duper not cheap stone. And so when you slice it, if it's just going to crumble and all the little balls are going to fall out of it, you're not going to get your money's worth out of it. So some of this stuff, be prepared to stabilize it or be sure that you got it stabilized. Otherwise, you know. So anyway, this kind of just reminded me a little bit of the peanut obsidian. Not quite so loose balls and things like that going on in here, but still, I didn't want it to, I didn't want it to fall apart and be lost forever if we decided to polish on some of this stuff. So yeah, I love how spacey some of this stuff looks. It just looks like planets and stuff in their extra solar systems and things in this. This is beautiful. I love this stuff. Yeah, like I say, I was pretty stoked when I cut that. I was like, OMG, that's gorgeous. But I felt like it was probably a really good idea to stabilize it. So the other end I didn't stabilize. I might cut it some more. I haven't decided yet. But all of these slices, what do we get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 slices. And gosh, I just can't get that frog out today. I like that the other day too. My nose is a little bit plugged too. And the moon was very orange last night. I wonder if there's some forest fire smoke in our air. I don't know, Wild. Maybe somebody in the chat does. Oh, sorry, I can get this gone now too. I just wanted it up there for a little bit. There we go. Get that out of your guys' way. I'm going to take another swig of coffee and have a good cough, so excuse me. See if that helped. Anyway, look at that little like patch right there. Isn't that wild? This stuff. Oh. I gotta keep a piece or maybe 2 for me. Maybe. But I'll let some of this go too. Again, sometimes it feels a little bit, like, oh, I'm sad. I don't want to let it go. I don't want to see it go. And then when you stop and think about like, but it's going to make somebody very happy. And they may or may not do something super interesting with it. It actually really does make me happy to rehome them. It really does. Look how freaking gorgeous, you guys, some of that is. Yeah, well, and the nice thing about having a big saw is that I can buy a big rock like this in Tucson, cut it. Look at a little, keep 1 or 2 for me and share the rest with you guys. That's a win-win when we all get a little chunk of something fun. And again, like, I've got the stuff to take care of things like this. I've got the cactus juice in the vacuum chamber and the big saw and the little oven for baking all the oil out of them and the little oven for curing the cactus juice and Harold, would you like me to set one aside for you? Do you like have a preference so far, Harold? The end 1, 2, and 3 so far. 3 slabs and an end so far. If you've seen one that super strikes your fancy. I have not decided what I'm going to charge for it yet, but I can put one into your in order on Shopify. And then if you dislike it or disagree or want to haggle on the price or anything, I can put that last one aside for Harold. Yes. Just check your invoice before and let me know if that's a yay or a nay. We can always take things out of the invoice or add things onto the invoice. So I'll put that aside and then maybe even just revisit next week, Harold, and maybe I'll know then and you can say yay, nay then too. But in the meantime, I did set that one aside for you. You bet, buddy. I'd be squirming right now if somebody were showing me this. You guys know I'm a sucker for the circles. So I get it, man. Yep, those are pretty fun. I'm pretty glad I picked that up. Like I say, I really don't know what it is. It was in a bin that was a previous collection that like couldn't get through the border, the Canadian border or something like that. And the dude purchased it as a big, one single big collection. And then was selling it out of these bins in Tucson. And we don't know what any of it is. We just, if you like it, there it is. So there was some of that I did like it. Oops, that's not at all what I wanted to do. Gosh dang it. There. I just tried to just read the comments and I highlighted everything and then I scrolled away. It was kind of a catastrophe over here for a second. All right, we'll let that wet one go. You love that last piece? Okay. I'll set that aside for you. I'll just get that in the mail for you. With a little cash or something wild. Okay. Oh, the other Allison is here? Oh, she is. Welcome, Allison. How are you today? Hopefully all is well in your neck of the woods. Ooh, 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 ooh. Here's something we don't normally do on my channel, but we're gonna do it today. Oh, I think we could do you a little more solid than that. No, I don't think so, Wild. Okay. How's that? I'm gonna go fill up my cup up real quick. I got her licked. See, we get to take a little cloud tour when we drink out of this cup. It's a little adventure down in there. Okay, I'm gonna go fill it up. You guys can have a little gander at those. We'll talk about these when I come back. Be right back. Oh my goodness, Allison. Fantastic. I'm so glad to hear that. Congratulations. That's great, Wild. Allison just got a piece of that Altair meteorite from Kyle. Oh, I bet she's so excited about that. Yeah, I have some kind of big news. I'll be right back. Found my flashlight. I found my flashlight. Okay, let me go do a quick bio break too, real quick before I settle back in. Alrighty. I keep bumping the mouse today. My desk is a mess. I need to clean up my desk. Let me catch up on the chat too, really quick. Planning to love it, says Allison. And Wild says she has bunnies. My bunny, like I say, he's so funny the way he lays around the yard. Okay. So, speaking of exciting news, let's see. Can I... I know, we're like practically Snow White, you and me, Allison, aren't we? When I do that, it just tells me to do that. Let's see. There has got to be a way to... Sorry, let me see if I can figure this out. Really, just give me just a minute. Okay. Yep, I'm there now. Okay. I did something a little out of character, you guys. Okay. Allison, I'm super duper excited that you're getting a piece of Alte, and I hope that you will share the excitement with me when I tell you that... Can you guys see and read that? Look at me shake. Shall we look at it? Yes, I did, Wild. I mean, I didn't get it yet or like finish paying for it or anything, but yes, I spoke up for it. And I'm working with Roberto right now. Look, there's a little smiley face in it. So one side is etched and one side is not. It's stabilized by KD meteorites. The provenance on it is from Debbie Sills to Marlon Sills to Mark Lyon to Roberto Vargas to me. Sorry, I can't quit shaking, you guys. I really can't. I'm so sorry. I'm trying to hold so still. That's 10 grams of Shoto, you guys. Look, yeah, like I say, etched on one side. So I have a piece of Shoto. It's 4 grams, like on the nose. It's not etched and it's not stabilized. I love it though because it is a little end cut and it's kind of shaped like the state of Montana. It currently is one of the more expensive meteorites that I own, one of the more pricey ones that I own. Right now, or when this piece, the Wednesday before this piece was available, and it's been available for about a week, I kind of made a deal with myself. Oh, just keep it, Wild, for sure. Just no, never ever touch it. I made a deal with myself that if it was still there like on Wednesday, that I would go ahead and purchase it, and that if somebody scooped it up before that, then it was meant to be. Because, and let me just read out loud. I showed you guys the description on this. Let me read it out loud to you and kind of, we'll dig into it a little bit. The description that Roberto put on this piece is that it's been in his personal collection for a while, but he's raising funds for other things, which is now what I'm doing, raising funds for a Shoto Palisite. Thank you guys for your help with that. It says, have you heard of the Shoto meteorite? It's a U.S. find. By the way, it was the last palisite. Ryan, thank you. It was the last palisite to have been classified out of the United States, and that was in 2016? I'll have to check. Thank you, Ryan. I'll ring the bell for that. Let's see. Let's check our handy dandy Montana meteorites chart. Shoto was classified in 2011. That was the last U.S. palisite classification, if I'm understanding that correctly. Metbull says this meteorite was purchased in 2011 by Debbie Sills at an estate sale in Shoto, Montana, and presumed to have been found locally by the deceased landowner. It is one of only 7 meteorites from the state of Montana and one of only 17 meteorites classified as a palisite ungrouped, which means that it falls into the group of palisite, but it's an outlier. So yes, there's palisites that we're all familiar with. So, Saracho, Admire, whatever. And those are all, they kind of plot right kind of together when we do the isotopic tests and things like that on them. They kind of bunch up into what we call palisites. But Shoto kind of is there, but out here. And it's not quite an elodronite or a winonite or but it's not quite in the palisites either. So it is a palisite as far as we can tell, but it's not like the other ones. So the other 17 ungrouped palisites are also not like the others, but they're also not like each other. So that one of 17 is that's why people who aren't from Montana really want that palisite, is that one of 17 ungrouped palisites. It's unlike all the rest. So it's very interesting. In fact, he goes on to explain that right now. The Metbull also notes that the oxygen isotopic composition is unlike those of any other palisite and falls on the broad trend for acapocalites and lodronites. I know, that was a lot of words. It was a single stone, overall awesome, unobtainium. You won't find another piece for sale. This piece is stable, it's a part slice, and has a cute little smiley face on the back. Check out the photos. Good provenance on that piece, traceable back to Sills. So, like I say, Roberto reached out to me after he posted that. He didn't know that I already had a 4-gram piece of it, and I let him know. I was like, dude, it's a good thing I already have 4 grams of this, or I'd be freaking out right now, wondering what kind of stuff I could do to rake up $2,000, because he's right. It's unobtainium. It doesn't come on the market often, hardly ever. Now, the Wednesday right before this piece hit the market, one other 0.95 gram kid 0.95 gram piece of Shoto was listed by Matt Stream, and he is who I bought my 4-gram piece from a few years ago. He has a 0.95 gram or whatever it is, not even 1 whole gram. He wants $599 for it. Oh, thank you, Allison. I really like that you're getting that Alte too. It's always really good to have a palm-sized, sizable piece that you can do for outreach and education. And I know you're gonna do some really fun stuff with it. You're gonna show it off to people, and it's gonna have a cool hang with you in your collection for a while. That's so cool. And I think that's kind of a neat thing about this piece too. Roberto reached out to me and said, hey, you're a Montana collector. Maybe this piece should go to you. I'm a big fan of sending meteorites back to their home state when and if possible. And I was like, man, that speaks volumes about Roberto's character. It says a lot about that. Look, he's not just a collector for the money, the monetary value. He cares about the stories that these meteorites, the provenance, all of that stuff, that the reason why some of us collect. Yes, we collect because they're pretty or because they're important or whatever, but a lot of us collect because of these stories, A lot of us have a piece of peak skill because it hit the trunk of that Chevy Malibu. You know, a lot of us have a piece of Chelly because it came in and sonic boomed and blew out the windows in Russia. You know, or we have a piece of our home state meteorite or a birthday meteorite, a meteorite that fell on your birthday, whatever year, you know. So there's different reasons why people collect meteorites, and he understands a lot of that, you know, as a collector, and values that as much as the monetary value of the piece. So like I say, Matt Stream has a piece available right now, $599. New subtitle, What's My Meteorite? Well, sometimes I can take a shot in the dark and guess. Sometimes we got to have it classified to tell. Like this Shotopalisite, like I say, it does not look like other palisites. It doesn't behave like other palisites when it's ran through the ringer. So it's a pretty special piece. So like I say, he reached out, he offered it to me to bring it home, you know, and it's something that I would really like to do, but I felt like, you know, it's not a necessity necessarily. It's, you know, something that I would love to have, but if somebody else scooped it up, it's meant to be, right? Was kind of my attitude about it. And I sat back. I said if it was there till Wednesday, I'd reach out to him. And I sat back well past Wednesday. I think it was Friday when I finally got around to saying, okay, yes, please. And the reason I did it, oh, you guys, the reason I did it is because my kid said he'd like to see it come home, and that he knows the value of it. He knows the importance of it. And he promises he would never ever sell it. He said, if that was something that was in your collection, that's something I would keep for the rest of my life. So I would never ever sell it, he said. And so, and he was like, in fact, you know, maybe I'll make some payments on it. I got a JOB. And so the fact that, that he thought that was a neat kind of family heirloom that we could have. And, you know, I thought, that's it. It's got to come here. It's supposed to come here. So I'm pretty excited about it. Like I say, I have a little 4-gram piece, but when I show that to people, it's kind of like, shrug. That's nice. And it is. It's priceless to me. I don't care that, like I say, Matt Stream's got $600 on a not even 1-gram piece, or that this one was pretty spendy too. It was not that bad, by any means. But it always is spendy. Like I say, my 4-gram piece was quite pricey as well, because it's unobtainium. It's a one of one, really, but one of 17, just because there's 17 others that are kind of out there too. So, yeah, it's I would love to go speak at museums. Go to adult ed classes at the museums, and I'd love to, you know, do outreach and stuff, you know, be in the news, put a call to action out on the news that if you find an unusual rock, I'd love to look at it. And having a piece that's more than just a little, you know, having a piece that I can actually say, look, this is the Shotopalisite. This is, you know, this is the freak of palisites, and we're the proud home of it, is something that, you know, not every purchaser. I tried to like that, and I need to get back over here now that I'm done and do that. Okay, there we go. Thank you guys so much. You guys are amazing. It means a lot to me. And I'm willing to work my bum off to make it happen. So, yeah, it's kind of a once in a not very often while that you get an opportunity. KD Meteorites has a very nice piece of it. They've had in the past 2 or 3 pieces of it, and some of it has sold, and they've got that one last piece. It's out of my budget, like for sure out of my budget. When I was in Tucson, I did hold it and take pictures of it and take pictures of me holding it. And so, but like I say, I'm going to be able to use that for education and outreach in a way that not a lot of other purchasers or, content creators or collectors or parents or anybody else can. I mean, it's just that's I'm excited about it. I really am. I really am. So, I'm hustling. I'm motivated to sell in a big, big way right now. Because not only, I think I want to do both, right? I want to not only add this really important piece to my collection and do great things with it, but I also want to be able to go to Tucson this year. So, I've got the pedal to the metal. I've got the hustle on like Donkey Kong. So, cheers, you guys. And thank you. Thank you again for, experiencing that with me. Um, you know, Congratulating each other always, always. It doesn't matter if it's Allison getting an Alte or if it's me getting a Shoto or if it's Soul picking up something sparkly out of Kyle's lives or somebody winning a jewelry auction at Karen's lives. Like, you guys are always so supportive and like, congratulations and, that's a nice piece and, good for you. I love it. I absolutely love it. It's good stuff. It's good heartwarming stuff. Chubby Hubby did it too, you guys. Oh, thank you. So, I did talk to my kid too about selling some sapphires. We have a lot of sapphires in this house, and he's got some that he inherited from his grandpa on his dad's side, as his actually like his great grandpa. And I keep those in the display case separate from all of the rest of our sapphires and stuff because they're kind of important. And I'm not so certain. I know they're Montana Sapphire, but I don't know where he got them or when he got them or any of that stuff. So, they're old stock. They're kind of cool, right? Yeah, so wild, yes. So, I also have some that I got from my uncle. My uncle and his friend co-owned a sapphire mine in the Bitterroot Valley, and he does no longer have that co-ownership of the sapphire mine with his friend. But while he did, I got some buckets of dirt out of there and was able to sift through them and find some incredibly important sapphires that, again, we'll keep those. I'll give those to my kid, But there's also some, like we did a pay dirt bag that we picked up in Tucson of Montana Sapphires, and we went to the Blue Jewel Sapphire Mine. There's some that I picked up when I was a kid at Gem Mountain. I mean, we've got a lot of them. So I asked my kid, I was like, how do you feel about us selling the Blue Jewel Sapphire mines or the pay dirt bag mines or some of those that were not quite so, have a family importance to him? And he was like, that would be wonderful, He's like, yeah, I'd way rather have a piece of Shoto than to have, another 25, 50 sapphires in the collection that honestly are going to just sit here. We don't facet. Maybe someday in the future, I'll try it or my kid will try it or Lava will try it. And we'll be glad that we held on to a few of those, but I don't. And so they're beautiful, but they just sit here in my collection. So again, the joy of whether you want it to keep in the rough and use as a pendant, some of these littler pieces would be super cool in one of those like little gem lock cases. You'd be able to catch all the light out of all of the different angles and things like that, Or I've got a 5-carat stone available. It is really spendy, but if you wanted to work a deal out with me where we sent this to Karen and she faceted it and sent it to you, or we sent it to Celestial Reach and they faceted it and sent it to you, or and set it for you, I'd be willing to work a deal out just because, like, I'd love to see them go to good use. So some of them are priced to get right into. Patrick Donahue, I know he's been doing some faceting, if he wanted to just dive right in and get a cool stone to play with, or if you just want a specimen piece to add to your display case, I have a few available. Some of them at some pretty reasonable prices. and some of them at some pretty shocking prices, I'll be honest. But watch the video. I give you just a peek of the video when we go to the Blue Jewel mine. Let me tell you, there's a reason why sapphires are expensive, and it's because it's a hell of a lot of work to get them out of the ground. It's hot, it's dirty, it's hard, you want to get your butt kicked and handed to you. You want to like prove you earned your man card, go up to the Blue Jewel. In fact, Celestial Reach was in here earlier. She went up by herself. Oh God, poor thing. Poor thing. Me and Lava together, it was a heck of a chore to get our buckets full before the end of the day. Like we were ready to be done digging by the time we got our buckets done. And it was real nice to sit down and sort through the concentrates after all of that hard work. But there's a reason why they're expensive. They make beautiful jewelry. They really are a physical labor of love to get out of the ground. So but yeah, some of these would be really, really pretty cut and polished into stones. And some of them, you know, just would be great as a little add-on to your collection. Yes, Patrick. Yeah, well, if you ever run out, definitely let me know. Definitely let me know. Or if anybody asks if you know where to get any, I've got some. They are fun when they don't have fractures, he says. Uh-huh. Exactly. So, I'll be honest with you guys. I'm no Jexpert. Jesus. I'm no expert gem appraiser. Not by any means. And I honestly kind of struggle to tell. I'm not a faceter either. So my eye is not trained to look at these and say, oh, I would orient this stone this way and I would choose this cut. You know, my brain, I'm not an expert at that. A gemspert. Yeah, that, I'm not that. But I was using this little light. Let's see if I can get it up here. This little light to backlight and have a good look at some of those. I know it's not a professional gem light, but it still is hard for me to tell, like, where is that fracture in that stone? And even under my microscope, I'm still having a hard time telling, like, is it just on the surface? Is it not even a fracture? Is it just that little step in the back of the stone showing through the front of the stone? You know, so I do the best that I can to describe them as honestly as I can. Like, if it looks like a crystal clear stone and I cannot see any visible fractures, I'll say that. But if I can't tell, or I think that there might be a fracture, like through the middle of the stone or off to one side of the stone, I'll do the best that I can to honestly describe that. Like, because I encourage you to, you know, scrutinize my photos and be cautious if your plan is to cut them and make them into jewelry. If your plan is to just put them into your collection, then, you know, pick one that you like. So anyway, I did list a few of these. Let's look at a couple of them. And like I say, if you've got plans or the price is super shocking to you or anything like that, reach out. Say, I love this stone, but I'd be more comfortable at this price. The worst I can do is say, no, thank you. I'd rather hold on to it. Or, you know, how about we do a deal of, you know, whatever, like I say. So what is this one? This one is 1.95 carats. It's got really pretty color. Nice little window in there. So like this piece is, come on, focus, nice and blocky on this side. So I would think maybe as a faceter, I would take that would be like my bezel probably. And I'd probably try to make like this part that's a little less blocky, the bottom. If there was a site or elsewhere to look at and buy your stuff. Yes, the Shopify. And I've got these listed there. And some other stuff too. Some meteorite pieces and some slabs and some jewelry and so, like I say, I'll do the best that I can to describe these stones accurately. Pricing is always an issue for me. I always just don't exactly quite know where to put them. But yes, maybe a mod could. Maybe I could make you a mod too, by the way. Not that that would help you right in this very moment, but because you still need the link. But if you needed to share, you know, a link to something educational or something, absolutely want you to be able to do that. So this piece, we made a video about this piece. And then Patrick said, I'm not sure if what is going on in that piece. And I reached out to another fairly educated friend of mine. Patrick said maybe party sapphire. And like I say, I reached out to another friend of mine and was like, what do you think? And they were like, it's hard to say. So from one angle, it looks blue. Looks ice blue. As blue as blue could be. And from another angle, that son of a gun pops just the most insane purple you could dream of. Enhance. Is it color changing? Is it polychromatism? Is it party? Is it bicolor? Is it I wish I knew better how to describe this stone because I'm not super certain. I am certain that it's stinking gorgeous. And that it's going to make somebody very happy. Right. So if we, you know, look at it under this light and it looks, you know, purple, and then we take it outside and at the exact same angle in the sunlight, it looks blue, that would be color changing. So we know it's not, well, I don't know. It's not. Oh, and this one is 1.45 carats. So you'd have to be darn careful to cut that. But you could, or like I say, you could just keep it in your collection. It's quite a fancy stone. There we go. Come on, fuckers. Stay with us. And then Patrick's dropping the wisdom on us there in the chat. And a party sapphire is basically another term for a bicolor sapphire, which is what I think this is a stone with two colors. It's wild to me that you don't see it at certain angles. And then you do. Woo, she's pretty. That is a pretty stone. What's the opal guy saying? Because he does sometimes have some Start putting the link in your description. Okay, okay. Can do. Let's see. We got lots of mods. And we still ain't got no link, eh? Let's see what I can do about that. I'm working on it. Get out of there. I got no room to run my mouse. Having a hell of a time. Does this work? Oh, it's cramping my wrist. And then if you're having a hard time like I am and you need to just find that link on the fly, when you click view my page or whatever, it's right up there where the bio is. It's right there. So just go right to my page and click the Shopify link. God, I can't talk today. It's horrible. Horrible. Oh, so I've listed on there these individual stones that are in the gem cases. Again, if you want to do something with it and it's really speaking to you and you need an adjustment or a deal made where, like I say, or you need it sent to Karen, or you need it sent to I don't know, is Patrick polishing for people? Probably not. He sounds like he's got lots of it. I don't know. I don't want to volunteer him, or Celestial Reach, or anybody else, we can do something, reach out to me if you're interested and just need accommodations. I'm willing to accommodate, motivated to sell. No, they're not cheap when they're cut, and there's a reason for that. Again, they're hard to mine, and they're even harder to find without fractures. And this one's pretty, but it's not got the most bold color in the whole wide world. It's beautiful though. I mean, and it's got enough meat on the bone at 2.65 carats that if you were doing some faceting, you certainly could pull a big, beautiful flat facet out of that. 5 carats, that in itself is a bit of a prized piece, anything kind of 5 carats and up, and it's 5 on the nose. Anything 5 and up is kind of considered large. Yeah, Romania. These are the sapphires that I mined out of the Blue Jewel Sapphire Mine Adventure last July that me and Lava mined. So, and then if you get something like this purple, blue, that's an especially sweet find. But what I have not listed on the Shopify are these 2 littler lots here. Like this is kind of a nice little lot. It's got a little kind of orange stone, and it's got a garnet that I found alongside the sapphires. Couple little blues. Oops. Let's throw it on the ground. Hey, it's got 5 carats even of Montana Sapphires and 0.60 carat of garnet. And then this one, like that kind of foggy blue one's quite nice. And then a couple that almost border the green color a little bit. Kind of a nice little like orange blue color one there. Of course, these are all way too small to facet or do anything with, but that's at 475 carats total. I would do $40 each on these if somebody was interested in these. And again, they're not listed in the Shopify while everything else is, but I would do just a quick sale if anybody was interested. Again, they're not really cutters, but for a little collector's piece, kind of a nice little thing. Oh, and then all of the other sapphires too, the ones that are individually sorted. Unheated, untreated, raw, rough sapphires. That's correct. Yep. Yep. That's correct. Yeah, some people can take what others consider a flaw and make a really cool gem out of it because of that, right? So, each of these two is going to come with this, and I hadn't decided if I liked the more compact font or something a little more spread out. I think I like it a little more compact, but you get just a little ID card with each piece too. So the 2.10, what is it? It's probably that guy. So, but yeah, kind of a cool thing that you can watch it, you know, these pieces come out of the dirt that day, kind of experience that with us. And then there they are. The safest way to heat treat them is to send them out to be heat treated. So, yeah, yeah. I don't recall, like I say, my uncle was in the sapphire biz there for a little while, and I don't recall who he had do his heat treating and cutting and stuff, but you can get it done locally. But I don't know if it's something you can do in house without like $1 billion worth of equipment or they have to get quite hot. Like a kiln, would a kiln do it? Oh, goodness. Yeah, what is the temperature needed? Does anybody got the Googlers? I got it. I got it over here. I'll check it out real quick. What temperature do you have to heat sapphires to heat treat them? 1,000 degrees centigrade or almost 3,000 Fahrenheit, depending on the desired effect. The process dissolves inclusions to improve clarity and redistributes trace elements to enhance or alter the stone's color, which I did know that. Sometimes they'll change color. A mild enhancement is at around 400 Celsius just to stabilize the color. Dissolving inclusions get you up from 16 to 1700 Celsius, and then, oh, not quite. Okay, that's way more about that than I wanted to know. That's blazing. I don't know. I don't know if I could get a kiln that hot even. Yeah, I don't know. So have them throw in your sapphire. Exactly, kid. That no, for real. Like I think you need to get it that kind of hot. Just tell your friends and family, like on your deathbed, just swallow a crap load of them and be like, okay, so after they cremate me, be sure to go through my ashes and get all this. That's horrible. That's probably one of the most morbid things I have ever said out loud on this channel. I apologize for that thought, you guys. We can't end on that either. Heck no. Oh, would you wild? Well, some of us have got like quite a bit of gold in our mouths or like titanium in our hips and stuff. Some of that is like, some of us are worth a little more in mineral than others, you know? I've been radioactive one time. I mean, Oh, goodness, goodness, goodness. Oh, so packages went out too. There's been quite a few packages leave the Prairie Rock Shop in the last week, and that's been fun and exciting. Again, it delights me because I know that this stuff's gonna put a smile on your guys' faces. I don't usually let stuff out of my door that I'm not real super proud of unless someone insists that that's their favorite piece. You know, because again, it is in the eye of the beholder, and just because it's not my favorite piece doesn't mean that it's not somebody else's favorite piece. But I'm pretty serious about not letting stuff out the door that I'm not proud of. Proud to send out the door. So, but yeah, lots of stuff went out. I've got one that I held back that was a gift to Soul from Rick, but I'll just hold on to that until we've got a little something more going on with Soul, if that's okay with everybody. Addie is one that I did not do. I have a note right here still to invoice Addie and to work out something with her to get that sent to Kyle. I apologize, Addie. I just haven't got to you just yet. I have all your stuff. I just want to double check, make sure it's all there, make sure everything looks right, and all of that before I send you an invoice. That way I don't have to muck around with it. I'm sure I've got it first try. So yeah, but I've got like 3 different sales from Addie, and I just wanted to go back and make sure that they were all right. So, okay, yeah, I just wanted you to know I didn't forget about you. And that you are still on the table here with some of these other things. And then I had one for Amber Andrews, which, did that one go out? Maybe that one did go out. I have one for Addie. I have one for Jethro. Oliver the Curious Cat. That's the other one. Amber's went out. So just a couple left. That was a pretty good week of getting everybody taken care of there, and a lot of fun. There's some Maui heads and stickers and all kinds of fun things in everybody's packages. And very slightly yellowed them. Oh, Patrick. Who says this? Ryan says what? Let me check this out. Oh, thank you, Ryan, for sharing that link. He said, here's a link that talks specifically about heat treating Montana Sapphires if you're interested. He says, I haven't read it, but here's a piece of information. Gem Mountain heat treats. Oops, that was my Addie note that just fell off. Let me tuck that back up there so I keep it front and center and in front of my mind. Okay, I got back up to the gruesome topic and it made me chuckle. My sense of humor is messed up. You do. I've sent you an invoice from the Shopify. I wonder if your email is correct, Jeff. I've got some Dino bone that you've picked out from a couple of sales back. So, are you okay with throwing it in the rock chat? Or you have my face space messenger. Will you just double check with me that I have your email right? And I'll resend that invoice. You can look at it again. If you've changed your mind about anything, or if you need me to wait on anything, we can take it off. We can put things on. It's totally flexible. But yeah, I've got some stuff that from a few sales back for you. So let's make sure, because I emailed Rick Rock and or invoiced Rick Rock, and he didn't get it, and I think it might have been on my end. I might have had the email just slightly wrong. And I went through that with poor Kelly. Oh gosh, poor Kelly. Huh. I miskeyed Kelly's email address twice. And I'm like, I sent you the invoice. You should have got it. She's like, I checked my spam. I checked everything. I put keywords in. Nothing came up. And I'm like, wow, that's really weird. I went back and checked it on my end. And I'm like, well, no duh, she didn't get it. I had the email keyed wrong. Send it again. And I'm like, check now. And she's like, still nothing. I look at it again. Oh my gosh. I have .con instead of .com. I've still miskeyed her email address. I'm like, are you kidding me? Poor Kelly. Oh my goodness sakes. So I'm like, guess what? I sent it again. And then she got the email, but there was no link in it. And she's like, okay, this time it worked. You got everything, spelled right this time, but there's no link. So I had to send her a direct link. I'm like, oh my God, thank you, Kelly, for your patience. It is never that big of a struggle. It's usually pretty smooth sailing, but once in a while. But also, now that we've got that straightened out, Kelly, I'm like really certain that it won't be that bad ever again. Yeah, her and I bought a ticket on the struggle bus and we took the whole ride together. I haven't decided yet. I should cab some of that because I've never done it and I'm really excited. I'm talking to Wild here, by the way. She said, any ideas what you'll do with the marcasite? I've eyeballed it and it's kind of got a little bit of a wedgy shape. It's kind of thicker on the one side than it is on the other. But I think that that's okay. I think that if I took some slabs this way of it, that I could get some like really cool like linear pendants out of it. So, and there's a lot to get into here, quite a lot to play with. But yeah, I think if I cut some slabs this way, and then I have like kind of a cool little end piece left in the end, kind of a little, it'd still kind of be the same shape. I could have just a smaller little triangle and there's still some meat on the bone to take some, maybe 2, maybe even 3 slices there before it gets a little bit skinny to pull a cab out of. But yeah, this end here kind of delights me. And yeah, I've never played with it, but it's, being a lover of meteorites and things, it's a messy one, a messy, smelly cabber. I've never tried it. So, but it's got like almost sort of like meteoritic kind of metal things kind of happening. Of course, I use that is a descriptive word, not an actual scientific term. So, but yeah, I've never played with it. I'm actually quite, God, I cannot talk today. I just keep trying to smash the words together. I'm quite excited about it, kind of excited about it. I'm kind of excited about it. Yeah. And I think that's the way to go with it too. Like, I could choose this way, but it's just not quite as meaty as it is this way. So, but yeah, I'm pretty tickled about it. And yeah, it's summertime, so it's nice to get out on the flat lap in the saw when it's hot out and I can. But also I'm like sidetracked with 99 different things in the summer because we've got gigs booked quite frequently. I've got to go mow the grass. I want to go on a rock walk once in a while when the weather allows it. So, yeah, it's kind of like I've got about a billion things that I certainly could be working on and certainly want to be working on, but there's also a lot of hours in the winter to kill too. So if it has to kind of chillax for a second and wait for a rainy day or a snow blizzard, it's definitely, I've got my eye on it, Wild. Maybe I should pull a cab off it real quick and shoot it over with that piece just so you can see. Yeah, and that's another reason why I like to kind of do a little bit of filming when I get out and rock walk too, or if I get out to, do a blue jewel mine adventure or a whatever. I like to do a little bit of filming too because not everybody is able to get out, and it's kind of nice to be able to live vicariously through, Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, and sometimes even just, taking a couple of rocks out into the sunshine and giving them a little cleanup with a bucket of cleaning water and stuff can be really therapeutic. So, whatever floats your boat, whatever you can do are able to do, and then, you know, we're all here for each other for the rest of it. So, but yeah, kind of a wild couple of weeks. I did a Meteorites After Dark recording with Anthony and Nate and Topher and myself. So I got to meet Nate when I was in Tucson. He recognized me in Mark Lyon's room from Topher Spin Meteorites. I got recognized a couple of times from Topher Spin Meteorites and a couple of times from Prairie Girl Rocks, which was kind of a little bit of a crazy thing to experience, but that did happen. Anyway, I was standing around in Mark Lyon's room, and he's like, hey, I know you from Topher Spin Meteorites. And I was like, cool. Well, he asked if we could all take a picture together. Roberto Vargas was in the room at that particular moment in time. And so Roberto and Mark and Nate and I gathered around, took a couple selfies really quick, and then off we go. I'd never heard of Nate before. I'd never met him before. But like I say, he was like, I watch you on Topher Spin, which was kind of cool. So I came home and edited the video and put it out there with the thumbnail with Nate on it. And then I kind of saw him on Facebook a little here and there. And so I sent him a friend request, and now we're friends. And we kind of, hey, hi, nice to meet you in Tucson. Yes, it was. Okay, have a good one. Talk to you later. Bye. Crickets, all right? And I reached out to him once and twice here or there, and then vice versa. He's like, hey, I'm sure you get bombarded with questions all the time, but I just wanted to ask about your opinion on this rock. Would you classify it or not? And I'm like, here's the pros and cons of why I would or wouldn't, and it's up to you, but here's my thoughts, and thanks, that was really helpful. And then I kind of learned, like what he's into and things that he's like, like, I'm like, why do you just want a classification of this type with your name? I mean, what is it all about? And he's like, yeah, that would be super cool. So hanging out on the meeting one night, and I'd tried several times to convince Nate to come join the Topher Spin Meteorite group or hang out in the meetings, even just a fly on the wall, just listen. And he was always like, oh, no, no. So one night, Pat was showing a really cool meteorite under the microscope, and I grabbed a screenshot of it, and I sent it to Nate, and I was like, this is happening right now in the meteorite hangout. And he's like, really, right now? And I was like, yeah, you're welcome to come on over. Next thing I know, boom, Nate pops in, and everybody's like, welcome, new member Nate. And I was like, yeah, I lured him in with pictures of chondrules, and he's like, it worked, by the way. So he's been coming to the meetings ever since, finally got him to join. And I absolutely adore Nate. He's got a very, very nice collection. He's doing some really cool things, purchasing some really unique stones, and getting them classified. And so, yeah, kind of cool things going on there. And then I've talked a little bit about Anthony before. I just got Jeff's message, if Jeff can hear me at all, if he's got this still playing. Thank you, Jeff. I'll check that when I get a minute. And we'll get something squared away. Like I say, I'm not real worried about it. I do have some stuff pulled aside for you. So if you're still interested, I've got it. Anyway, Anthony is a bit of an artist. We've seen some of his work here on the channel before. And also, a pretty interesting collector. His collection's got kind of its own angle and its own story. And then Topher, of course. So Meteorites After Dark. So hi there, Art. In fact, Art, I think, was one of the very first Meteorites After Dark that they had. Did you watch it? I haven't watched it. Anyway, it's all things are okay to talk about, Of course, we talked about meteorites and space and stuff that's fun to watch on TV that kind of has a space or meteorites or science theme to it, or, X-Files, that kind of thing. We talked about it all. And that's the thing, is that you're welcome to have a little bit of an alcoholic beverage if you'd like. Or, Topher has kind of a rule on his channel, like, try to not wear tank tops, like try to wear stuff that, isn't jarring, because sometimes if you're like, kick back in your chair, oopsie, and you've got an armpit ring or something, like, how embarrassing. You don't want that on the live, right? Or on the recording, and he'll edit that out. So to keep his job easy, just try to keep it, professional when we're recording. And so all is welcome on Meteorites After Dark. You can wear a tank top if you want. You can drink a little alcoholic beverage if you want. Smoke them if you've got them. Cursing's okay. Off the wall topics are totally approved. So I sat down and recorded that Friday night with Nate, Anthony, and Topher, and it was a freaking kick. It was a riot. It was fun. So if you're interested in hearing that conversation, head on over. But also, I've been chatting with Anthony in the background just a little bit. He has been doing some cabbing with his Dremel, and he's done some opals and some meteorite stuff. And then he does some wire wrapping as well. And of course, everybody's wire wrapping style is just a little bit different. And so I like his stuff. I think, for just getting started, it is called After Dark, says Kid. Exactly. So anyway, I invited Anthony to come over and share some of his stuff that he's been making, and talk about how he got into meteorites and stuff with us. So if you're not subscribed over on Topher Spin and you missed the Meteorites After Dark, that's okay. We'll try to do our own little version of it over here. Maybe not. We'll call it like after lunch though, or something, instead of after dark. Where still some cursing is okay, but we'll try to keep it on point. But yeah, it's kind of in the works already a little bit to have Anthony come over and visit with us a little bit. He's an interesting guy, and he's got a really interesting perspective because of his education and background. So I always love chatting with him and getting, an outside view, a little different view of things than I have. And I haven't asked Nate yet if he would come guest over here and visit with us, because it was a lot just to shove him into the group. Like, get in the pool and swim. Like, you'll either sink or swim, but I have a feeling you're gonna swim, so get in. So I may wait just a little bit before I'm like, guess what? I'm throwing you into the shark pool of Prairie Girl Rocks, and you're gonna come visit with us. So, hey there, Ma. Oh my God, Ma's learning silversmithing. She's a light bender and a smither now? Oh my God. Seriously, she's freaking unstoppable, you guys. I'm pretty freaking thrilled about that. I really am. Like I say, everybody's got a little different style. Karen's style. I love Karen's style, by the way. It's kind of like tattooing. And I'll explain myself a little bit. Like, I don't have any tattoos. I'm like one of those weird unicorns in today's world where I have no tattoos. And some of that is that I have option anxiety and decision debilitations. But a lot of that too is that I haven't walked into an artist's shop and went, that's the style. That's the style that I'm after. Because 9 different artists can draw a koi fish or a star or a moon and planet scene or a feather, and you're going to get 9 different feathers, and you're going to get 9 different koi fishes, and you're going to get, so, and they're going to look different according to each artist's style, and you can't force a style onto anybody. Sure, they can try to imitate it, but it's never going to be exactly someone else's style, right? There's always going to be that little residual their style in the finished product, even if they're trying for something more cookie cutter or more steampunk or more, whatever. So like I say, you'll come across those artists that do jewelry that you love their style. I love the way they do this setting or that setting, or the way that they, always finish with this nice little card that your cabochon's attached to, or, with a little bit of information written with. little styles and little quirks and things like that that like they can't be forced, and they're brought to the table from, you know, the person's character, and the stone's influence on that person's character. So I'm excited to see what Ma's art looks like when she finally allows us to see some of this silversmithing that she's working on. I can't wait, and I can't wait to see it grow and evolve into what it's going to be. So exactly, Ryan. I can't wait to see what kind of light bender tricks she pulls as a silversmither. Like, I have a feeling, and again, because she's got she brings a background of, like, you know, artist background to things, right? So I'm super stoked. And then again, everybody's not only is their art and their stuff all like, but and she brings a background in art and things like that. But then, like, you know, do you build videos for YouTube? Are you a content creator? Do you sell maybe on our Discord sale group? Do you, you know, so everybody's got, like I say, all these different things that, you know, are you just a cutter and you're offering rough? Are you you know, a faceter? Are you a smither? Are you a wire wrapper? Are you, you know, oh my God, I can't wait to see what she does. Thank you, Allison. And I see you there over on the store, and I'll get you taken care of here very soon. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You guys really, really, really do rock. Yeah, go Ma. Oh gosh, yes. I agree. I agree, Wild. And then again, as like one thing, like we're pretty powerful and pretty amazing as one individual thing, but you bring the whole group together and it's like, hey, I've got the sapphires, Ma's a cutter, or Karen's a cutter, and Ma's gonna set it because Karen's already booked with, you know, doing her or her sunstone dig this summer or whatever. Like, it's cool that we can, you know, I bought a bulk stone in Tucson, a really cool stone, brought it home, cut it, and stabilized it. Now it's available. Some of it's available to you guys to, you know, it is really cool. It is really cool. And that without one, you can't necessarily have the other, or without, you know, it's really neat that we get to share all of that together and watch each other do this stuff. And again, it's always congratulations, you guys, and way to go. I love it. I love it. And even when the criticism is constructive, you know, hey, I love this piece, but hey, have you ever thought about, you know, maybe trying, you know, or, you know, I like that you broke the rule and didn't put a girdle on that and made it a really, you know, that's great for wire, you know. So some of the constructive criticisms too, they're definitely not meant to hurt. They're definitely meant to just bring things up or make awareness or educate. And you guys are just phenomenal for all of that. Just to try it. I know, right? You know, it's funny because there's a gal in our meteorite world, Space Jules, and we call her Mrs. Buttersworth because when she polishes stuff, it's just smoother than hot butter. It's absolutely glass ass smooth, man. And she is a perfectionist down to whipping out the calipers and checking flat finished pieces. So when she's gonna sell you a slab, she's checking that dang thing to see if it's completely level all the way across. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? She's doing it though. No joke about it. Like, she is a perfectionist. So there's different levels of that too, that, like, you know, she probably gets a hell of a better finish on her stuff than any of the rest of us, but holy cow. And I can just see Ma doing stuff like that too, like, Let me see now. One of the head things, the Optivisor. Dude, I love my Optivisor. She is, but not in the same way that Space Jules is, right? Like, I've never seen anybody. And again, it can be a problem, can't it, Ma? It can be a bit of a debilitation, yes. Yeah, but it makes your work do stuff that ours doesn't, you know? I mean, it's. Yeah, I'm busting out the calipers. Sometimes you gotta get her done. Sometimes you're sure glad you got a calipers. uh, so that was a lot. That was a lot going on. Like I say, I'll try to work on getting some of these beautiful bones priced and listed somewhere. So keep your eyes peeled, or maybe I'll, get them priced and then just set them aside for just a second and we'll run a live sale or something. I do got 2 gigs this weekend, so I'm kind of taking a step back. Stuff's always out there on the store and available, but, hence the no live sale today. So, we're going to do the maiden voyage in the camper and go do that. It's got to be the 3rd or the 4th time now we've done this private party on the Madison. So, yeah, and we'll see. I thought about reaching out to Theo and asking him to share some spots, or if he wants to do a join on, like Sunday or something before we come home. We've kind of eyeballed some places. So I don't know. We're pretty close to the Yellowstone. That wouldn't break my heart at all if all we did was pull the camper just a little off of the Madison and down onto the Yellowstone and do some hounding from the camper on Sunday and mosey home on Monday or something like that. So no plans set in stone, boom, pun intended. But we are going to get out and enjoy Montana a little bit, and some of our friends and family, and, well, the band fam and some of our close friends there. So, but yeah, it's kind of nice to take, right smack in the middle of the week, noon on Wednesday or whatever time it is where you are, and kind of, like I say, reconvene and, check in with each other and see what we're up to and what we're doing with the end of the week and who's going where and doing what and all of that stuff. And, oh, by the way, shout out to Brian and Julie. We've been thinking about you guys. We've been missing you. So take care. We're glad to know that, you didn't get trapped in a cave collapse or, with a news crew or anything like that, or, but yeah, thinking of them as well. And yeah, to Wild and Harold, and I think Candy Kyle kind of came in here like, I'm kind of not having the greatest days. Hopefully we were able to distract you from that for just a minute. Even just a minute is a wonderful distraction, and hopefully that brought a little bit of joy to your day. See, Wild says she's glad we're here today, guys, because she needed it. Yeah, sometimes it's really good to just take a pause, stop and smell the roses, and appreciate some of the littler things in life. That little inclusion in that dino bone delights me. The little toes on that. God, I gotta go get the guy again, you guys. The little toes. It's got toes. The little toes on my little guy. Look at those little toes. His little eyeballs. Oh. You guys. Oh. So yeah, may you have both your left and your right sandal for the rest of the week. And hopefully everybody's weather behaves. Oh, I'm so glad to hear that, Soul. You crack me up too. I mean, my hey sister, soul sister. Ryan too. And I don't know if Ryan always means it or if he knows he's being that funny and he's just he's got a poker face. Oh, thanks, kid. Yeah, I look forward to it. It's a good time out there. Like I say, they insist that we join them and have a good time. how they're paying us to do it. How wrong, I mean, that's a hell of a cool deal. I can't go wrong there. So it is a bit of work to drag all that equipment out in the hot summer sun, and you know, and then, like I say, they put us in this little gazebo with the lights right on the river, the little river gnats and the little fly moths and bugs and stuff. We get a healthy dose of protein down there every year we do that, because man, the bugs are just up your nose, in your mouth, everywhere. So, but it's all good. I mean, like I say, it's a beautiful place. I'm with my friends. I'm getting paid to camp and float the river and try hors d'oeuvres. I won't complain. He knows he's doing it, says Soul. And then Addie, too. She's always got the craziest stuff. I always catch myself forgetting that she's over in Romania, and I'm like, what the shit did she find? And then I'm like, oh, yeah, duh. She's not over here finding the same stuff we are. She's over there. So, but yeah, perfect timing. I've got just a little tiny swallow left in my adventure cup here. And a ton of work to do. Pricing and labeling stuff. Making next week's video, whatever that might be. Members only stuff. There was some fun stuff out in the members side this month. So to those of you who are there, I appreciate you much. Again, we joke that, you know, we got the 3 cents off of YouTube today. That might be true, but I do promise that I'll make the very best of that 3 cents. I'll stretch it and put it where I find it most appropriate, and we'll get some good entertainment out of it. So it's a rinse and repeat kind of good thing there. Even with mismatched shoes, it's yeah. Oh, you guys are great. I'm so glad to have you guys part of my rock fam. You guys are rock solid. Pun intended. Hey, check it out. Big Tex Lapidary. In case you guys missed the memo, that's Phil. Prior name was Dad Rocks. I love the new logo and the new name. And I love how you were like, you know what? I'm changing my name, everybody. I'm going to start selling these cabochons, and I want a name that reflects what I'm doing and reflects the business and the company that I'm wanting to kind of, you know, set up with a little bit of retirement with and do and enjoy for a few years. I love it. And like I say, the logo, dang dude, killing it. I love it. I love it. So, big thumbs up, you guys. Big thumbs up for Big Tex Lapidary. I tip my hat to that. I tip my cup too. I tip my cup to all of you. Yeah, thanks for stopping in, Phil. All right, guys, we're going to do it. We're going to call it until the next short or post or members only video, or next week, or until, you know, Soul goes live or Kyle goes live, or I've been missing Karen lately because I've had shows. Until I've said it last week, I'm going to say it again. Go check out Patrick Donahue's channel. I watch his stuff and I forget that I'm not watching a PBS documentary. His video production level is like a production level type stuff. His stuff is top freaking notch. So check that out. Go give him a like, because I know he puts a lot of work into what he puts out for us to enjoy. And that little like button goes a long way in saying, hey, we appreciate what you're doing and we want more. So, and speaking of, I didn't even like my own video. I'm going to do that really quick. Look at me. I did it. Be sure you do it too. Let's sing it out. Let's sing it. Exactly. No kidding, right? No kidding. Let's do exactly that. I'm going to get these beautiful little dino bone pieces up here. Pretty rocks out on the prairie. Pretty rocks are everywhere. Pretty rocks for us to look at. Pretty rocks are everywhere. There's a pink one and a green one and a blue one and a yellow one, and they all are very really pretty, and they all are everywhere. Thank you guys so much for hanging out today. And in a world where you can choose to be anything, choose to be kind. Of a rockhound. We'll see you guys. Have a good rest of your week. Rock on and peace. Boop. Boopity boop boop.